It's not always easy to tell someone that you're done with a relationship, but there are a few tactics that can help temper the blow. Dating coach Rick Soetebier is here with more on the right way to break up. Welcome.
Hi, Gina. How are you today?
Good. So what is the best time to break up with someone?
When is now the right time?
Okay.
Yeah, the best time is number one, when you first realize that this is not the right relationship for you.
Okay.
Don't prolong it, because what happens is we get in the early stages of a new relationship, we get caught up in the infatuation, raging hormones,
Right.
and excitement of somebody new in our lives, and
Sure.
we ignore the bad things in the relationship. But as soon as you start recognizing it, let's end it. Because those things aren't going to change. Let's
Okay,
face
that's
it.
true.
We are who we are.
Right.
And if you try to change somebody, it never works.
No. So what do you say and how do you say it?
Well, what you want to do is you want to take most of the burden yourself, saying, I'm just not feeling this relationship. I'm not, this is how I'm feeling it, and just explain what your feelings are and how the relationship isn't working for you. The worst thing you can do is start saying, you do this, you do that,
Okay.
and you always or you never, using these global words. But the minute you start pointing your finger or pointing the blame at somebody else, you've got to take into consideration, what did you contribute to this relationship? And it doesn't necessarily mean that either one of you is a bad person.
Right.
All it just means it's not the right relationship. And the best thing to do it is do it live, do it in person.
Oh,
don't,
come on.
Yeah, don't do it by text or email.
But what if you haven't been dating for that long? Like,
Well,
then can you use a text message?
No.
Really?
Be an adult.
So you have to go meet them to tell them it's over? Do you wait to the end of drinks and P.S. by the way, I'm done with this?
Well, that's one way, but you don't even necessarily have to do it. You don't have to plan anything. You can just meet at a common location to say, hey, we need to move on. This isn't working for me.
That is tough.
It really is, but it's the adult thing to do.
Okay.
And while it may not be comfortable for either one of you, it will give your soon-to-be ex more respect for you.
Okay.
Because the worst thing you can do is do a text and leave people wondering.
Okay, so
what's
should
going
you
on.
create a situation to break up with someone ever?
No, I've seen that, and you can try to create a situation that makes the other person really angry or do things that really tick them off, but don't. Be an
But then
adult.
they'll break up with you.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole point of creating the situation, is so that you don't have to be an adult and take that lead.
Okay.
But what you want to do is have the adult conversation and just move forward, and it makes life easier for everybody.
Okay, so you break up. Do you continue communicating with that person?
Generally, no.
Okay.
I mean, there are situations where if you both recognize the relationship is not right for either of you, that you can keep going. But if you've spent time together, and especially if you've been intimate, it makes it really difficult. And what happens is, when we keep communicating with each other or stay in touch, we tend to fall back into that relationship. And what the worst thing we can do is go back to somebody we broke up with, because the reason we broke up hasn't changed.
Right, so don't say we'd be better off as friends, even though if that's what you truly believe?
Yeah, don't. No text, because when you break up, stop texting, stop emailing, stop calling, stop leaving voicemails, and stop accepting theirs. Because the minute you respond, it opens the door for additional communication. I had one woman I worked with that we had this conversation, and 3 days later she texted me or emailed me and said she had just eliminated 24 numbers from her telephone.
Whoa.
Yeah. And and the whole reason we had the conversation is she was complaining about all these bad relationships that she had,
Right.
and these guys would never go away.
Then you make them go away.
Then you make them go away.
Block the numbers.
Exactly.
Rick,
exactly.
great tips as always. Thanks so much for being here. We are not breaking up with you. We want you to come back.